What's going on, crime fighters? It's the night, and it's time to unite for the Screen Junkies Deadpool trailer analysis, hit or miss. So I guess we're gonna talk about whether it worked, maybe it didn't work. We're gonna see. Today's promotion, AT&T. So there's no show on the screen right now, just AT&T. You get 10 gigabytes though, 4LG or 4G like data. So, moving on.
What's going on, guys? Deadpool. The trailer has officially dropped. None of that grainy, leaked Comic-Con footage. So, what'd you think about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? We're going to talk about it today with a pretty cool panel of comic book and movie fans right here, right now. First, he is a writer for DC Comics, writes Batwoman, Wonder Woman 77, many good titles under his belt.
Could be wrong.
Mark Andreyko, welcome back.
Thank you, Hal. Good to be here.
Good to see you, buddy. Mike Carlson is back. Hashtag Botanicus. Mike, how you living?
I'm living
Botanicus.
Excellent. And this is his first time as a guest on this show. He's a writer for Honest Trailers and an all-around swell guy, Spencer Gilbert.
He killed it at Comic-Con.
Mark, what'd you think of the trailer?
I honestly am not a Deadpool fan. I just have no connection with that character. I find the character a little bit kind of smug and...
You're apathetic towards him?
I'm apathetic towards Deadpool. But if it's good, as I said on your sister show, Movie Fights, if it's good, if I like it, and I hope I do, I don't want to dislike any movie, I will appear both there and here dressed as Deadpool.
You heard it here.
In between.
Lock it in, write it down in ink. Mike Carlson, Mark is really lukewarm on this, kind of cold.
And Jason's going to be a Deadpool
All right, I'll start with something I like about it.
Yeah.
Okay, something I like about it. I think the action looks pretty cool. It's the stuff we saw in that sizzle reel. Something I'm not so psyched about is the jokes from 1999. Posh Spice, Rosie O'Donnell. I know the script was written a while ago, but couldn't they just, like, sub in, like, some sort of different pop star, maybe? Instead of Posh Spice, if they were like, hey, watch out, Kylie Jenner or something, like, whatever.
Watch out, Cara Delevingne. Also, we should mention, this is a Red Band trailer.
Yes.
So it is raw, it is uncut, you got F-bombs, you got gore. Spencer, what did you think?
I'm excited with some reservations. I think it's cool that we're getting an R-rated comic book movie. I hope it does well just to encourage more things like Suicide Squad or movies down the pipeline to go with an R rating and show that they can carry that box office wise. The character of Deadpool, I also don't have much of an attachment to from the comics. The jokes were a little Van Wilder-ish. They were a little Van Wilder-esque, maybe left over from that. They were throwing so many at you that to me, I'm excited for like a feature-length episode of Family Guy with a lot of violence in it.
Yeah.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
I'm also a little worried the whole thing takes place on a bridge.
I have a feeling that that shootout that's going on the bridge is just one scene in the movie, but I could be wrong.
We can't be sure about
it. We cannot be sure.
Could be bridge pool. Escape from bridge.
I kind of like what Spencer's alluding to. It's not trying to be anything we've seen right now.
Well, that's not my issue with it. I think what Mike said hits it on the nail right on the head. It just feels very stale. I mean, a Salt and Pepper song on the soundtrack.
To me, taking that '90s R&B song,
it's fucking classic.
Give it some humor and some fun flavor.
Well, if the movie's set in 1995, it'll be perfect.
You don't have to be in 1995 to love old school jams, Mark.
It did kind of remind me of Kick-Ass, but I liked Kick-Ass.
Well, the thing about Deadpool is
the first Kick-Ass kicked ass.
When he works in the comic books, there's been a handful of really good writers who really captured that fourth wall stuff and not made it smug and annoying. But it's hard to do that. From what the trailer looks like to me, it just looks like we're going to have 2 hours of Ryan Reynolds doing the same Ryan Reynolds shtick. And that just seems interminably painful.
We've talked a little bit about the trailer. A lot of people might not be very familiar with Deadpool, especially comic book readers. Let's fill them in a little bit on the story of Deadpool. So,
well, he was a mercenary named Wade Wilson who had basically full-body cancer.
Yeah.
And got a treatment that gave him almost more than a Wolverine-level healing factor, but he's all lumpy and tumor-like.
Yeah. Oh, he's full of snark. And you say, so his healing powers more so than Wolverine. Like, in the comics, he's been, like, decapitated and had his head crushed, and it's regenerated.
And they tried to justify the fourth wall stuff because his brain is regenerating so fast that it would drive anyone insane, and it's given him this heightened awareness. And in the classic early 90s, like, image style, he's got a lot of pouches and some samurai swords and uses guns and looks cool, has tiny feet.
I will say, though, I will give props to Ryan Reynolds for being committed to wearing the costume and the mask. So many of these superhero movies, the stars have to show their face for a certain amount of time. And the fact that he has embraced the costume and isn't afraid of the costume, well, that's a real growth in these movies, because we don't pay to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face. We want to see armor. And the costume looks exactly like the comic book. It might be the most faithful costume ever done on screen, so I will definitely give them props for that.
Do you think this movie's going to have a broader appeal, or is it going to be more like Scott Pilgrim, which got huge reaction from a tiny group of people?
We'll see. That's the thing.
It was amazing.
Can Ryan Reynolds' familiarity and his appeal help transcend this? The movie could be very profitable and very successful. It's just that weird alchemy of comedies. Sometimes they cross over, and sometimes they don't.
I do feel like maybe they're really like kind of niche marketing, because there's all those inside jokes, which again, like 15-year-old boys probably never saw X-Men Origins Wolverine. They don't know what that is.
And they don't
Well,
know who.
and the movie's rated R, so 15-year-old boys technically aren't going to be able to see it.
Oh, Mark, but you know they'll be
still
bad
will.
and sneak in.
I have no sense of how well this movie's going to do or whether it makes sense to do these financially, but I hope it does well enough to just encourage more experiment-taking in the superhero genre, because if we don't, then we are going to be overrun with superhero movies, and they are going to die out unless they keep taking chances.
That's such a great point, Spencer,
very
because
true.
Marvel has set this tone. We know what we're getting from Marvel, more or less, and it's good stuff. I like it. DC has their darker tone, which they're exploring, and I'm hoping it's good. This seemed to be on its own path.
The more diversity of tone we have in these comic book movies, the better. Because, when you think of a cop movie could be Serpico or Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
We don't have that diversity, we don't have that breadth of storytelling yet in the comic book world. We have those stories, they exist in the printed form, but we haven't really embraced them cinematically.
All right, I'd love to just get some final thoughts from everybody. Let's go right down the line.
I was underwhelmed by the trailer, but I will go into it with an open mind and hope it's really great.
Cool.
I'm going to see it.
You heard it there. And Spencer.
I'm excited with a few reservations. I'm going to just stay away from all trailers so I don't get any more jokes spoiled and go in opening day.
There you go. I got
That is
kind of
smart.
pumped over it. What did you think about the Deadpool Red Band trailer? Let us know in the comments section below. Coolest comment? We're going to send you a Screen Junkies t-shirt. I want to thank my awesome panel for coming in and talking about stuff today. Mark Andraco, Mike Carlson, Spencer Gilbert. You guys, fun talking to you. I'm Hal Rudnick. Thanks for watching. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye.
Here's one that really hurt to hate because it's a sequel to a movie I really like. I loved Hot Tub Time Machine 1. I saw it 3 times the week it came out.
Alrighty. So, very interesting. I knew some of them would, with some points they would make, and well, others wouldn't, things like that. But I'm very excited. I thought the trailer did really well. I like Spencer's point of view and advice. I don't think I want to see any more trailers or anything to spoil any jokes or any other action or scene like that. This is something I want to go into it purely fresh. Like I felt like this Red Band trailer was enough. Like I don't need to see, they're gonna release him of course. I don't need to see anything unless he's fourth wall breaking in other things. Then I'll see it. But as far as his own trailers, I don't want it to be ruined. Let's see. And as far as the throwback and feeling like it's a 90s, but I don't get that at all. I don't agree. I don't think it has that appeal or that feel, actually. Just because you put a classic song in there. Salt and Pepper is fucking legend. And that song is too, so of course, why not? And it's cool to see Deadpool jam into something like that, because he completely and totally would. All I know is he better eat chimichangas and shit in this movie. I know that. But other than that, like I said, I love SJ, I love the Screen Junkies. I love the diversity between them all and different opinions. And it gives another thing just to kind of talk about and kind of bicker and say my piece. But I'm very excited for Deadpool. And hopefully this movie does start a trend, because Marvel needs to stop making their rated R, hardcore, brutal characters watered down for fucking kids. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway guys, subscribe to Screen Junkies. Tune into their movie fights this Sunday. They have them every Sunday. Tuesdays and Thursday they have honest trailers and the overall sessions as you just saw for the Junkies. So, join me to the road to 10,000 subscribers. Like, comment, and share. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter along with the rest of my social media posted in the description box below. It's the night, and I'll see y'all later.